Hello, everybody. Now, new viewers especially, hello to you. Um, New viewers so important. And that's you guys, right? Now, it looks like it's going through. Let's see if we have audio. You don't have the audio, but I'm not going to be playing desktop audio this time, so I think that's okay. Well, you know what? Let's just fix that anyway. Let's see. Do you have our audio? It's quiet for a second. We're going to have to wait. See, do you have our audio? See, I can see we do. Excellent. I'm a streamer, you guys. That means some of that stuff's going to be figured out that way, right? Very important. Why? Because the conversation has left YouTube's video, email, and reply concept and is streaming. So, not that I'm going to try hard or anything. Okay, so turns out I got sort of, I don't know what to call it, reverse catfished or something into a physics discussion with Gary again. So somebody was asking me, hey, what about these questions? And I thought they were asking me from their own interest, like things that they were confused about from Gary's system. And I answered them a few times, and then lo and behold, I end up finding out that this person's just carrying questions and water from Gary, and it's like Gary could talk to me directly, except for he can't try to bring up just stray random shit. I don't mind him calling me an idiot, but if it's stray and random and has nothing to do with physics, it's not going to make my view of physics right or wrong. Then it would, you'd have to be civil about those kinds of things, and not very civil, obviously, but within some boundary of civility. So I'm not going to do that. However, I did get drawn into this, and so here's the thing, because I saw Gary saying something about how unreasonable because I told him some equipment he could buy. So this is going to be the equipment and a description of the experiment that could be done. Now he will probably say, hey, Piero should do the experiment then. You have to prove to me. I don't have to prove nothing to him. I don't care if he believes in the physics that all the physicists do or not, really, in terms of having to accomplish that. It's an interesting way to discuss, basic physics, which I do understand Newtonian physics, I think, pretty well, and it's fun to go through it and find the places you get confused. I mean, I do enjoy it. It's not everybody's thing, but I do. Hey, comment. Oh, hey, Black Heavyweight. What do you mean by ideas or chemicals? Forgive me. Oh, that's just the drawing I'd done back there. This is just a metaphor. I think ideas are like chemicals, and that's why you have two personalities can meet and be fine, and then two personalities can meet and have a big blow up all the time. And it's kind of like because personalities and ideas are like chemicals. This was just something else I was drawing. I'm going to use this in general, but this was just already up there when I brought up the whiteboard, and I figured I'd leave it. It's not what the video is about. The video is about I'm going to bring up Chrome here, and it should say this. Here we go. In general, I want to use my whiteboard because I bought this little thing where I can draw with a pen, and it's a monitor, and so it's much nicer drawing than the old kind of concept. So, but not in this one, as far as I know. As a matter of fact, let's just make this bigger here. All right. So here is how to prove that kinetic energy makes a prediction that can't be made with momentum. What we need is some equipment. We need a track, car, a spring cart launcher, the track ends, and a wireless motion sensor. Okay, so you buy these. This is $80 per meter. I'll answer questions at the end. I'm just going to go through this really quick because the whole point is I got sucked into this, tricked into this. I'm not going to answer this guy's questions anymore because, Gary can either talk to me under the rules that we could set of engagement or forget it. He acts like, why won't people just answer? It's like, well, it's clear. I degeneratively so, I'm willing to answer him, but, I'm not going to talk about a million other things that have nothing to do with it that are just, personal insults. If you want to understand the system that you're trying to disregard or misunderstand, then I can help you do it. But the whole point in that is that the whole idea is like it's incomprehensible, therefore my system is the better alternative. And if you try to comprehend it, well, you're undermining your own argument. And so I understand that. And this is more for the third parties just to understand. Look, here's how you could prove that kinetic energy makes the prediction, and if you launch something with a spring set to a certain power that's half as big, it's not going to go twice as fast. It's going to go the square root of 2 as fast. Okay, so anyway, you need to buy these tracks. This is a meter, $80 per meter, so you probably need a couple meters. A meter would be enough, but 2 meters is going to be better. That's almost, what is that, 6 feet or more than 6 feet or a little bit less, whatever. It's around 6 feet, and that's enough, to, I don't know, just, you could do it with a meter, but I put this as 2 of this, so that's 160. This isn't cheap, but remember, Gary says he'll pay $2,000 to talk about physics with someone that believes in mainstream physics. So, I mean, a few $100s to just prove them wrong, that'd be worth it. Take that off of the 2,000 and pay him $1,500 to try to deny your experiments. But anyway, so you need the track, you need a car. Those are only $60. Why so expensive? Well, this is a low friction thing, so it's a car that's not just on toy wheels. It's got bearings and stuff so that it's very low friction. You need an end to the tracks. Right, and I'll show you in a second because what this is about, you need ends to the track. And the spring cart launcher. Now you can see with the spring cart launcher here, there's a hole in the end that you can, and so you can launch so the spring cart launcher is just this thing. And you need that end to mount it, and this gets actually mounted on the cart, and this goes through the hole, and the spring's on the other side, and you can pull it, shing, and get it to fly off, right? And as you can see in here, this is the end. You got a meter of track here. We do 2 meters, and then there's this thing, the wireless motion sensor, which is we got the wireless one. This is their old product. You can buy that too, but then this one has Bluetooth and USB. You can hook it to a computer and get the velocities out of it. And that's $99. So all of those things together cost $406. A lot less than $2,000. And what you do is, I guess you also have to buy some weights, right? Because you want the cart to also have more weight on it. So you want to be able to double the weight. So I leave that as a detail. You double the weight and see what the speed is when you launch it with the same spring, right? Get a couple springs. I don't know if those are exactly the same. Yes, 3 different spring strengths. So that's what you need to do. Costs $406. Maybe I just admitted some extra money to double the weight. To check the weights, you might want a scale, things like that. Way under $1,000. Right. So just do that. All right, let's see. Neo-skeptic. What are your thoughts on vegan physics? Can you exist in a superposition of being both vegan and non-vegan at the same time? In Mendham is the Deepak Chopra of philosophy and science. Sear says Gary is still alive. All right, no comment. I think that's that. All right, cheers.